of the horrible crime that took place in Paris yesterday without speaking of the equally horrible, heinous bombing that took place in the crowded neighborhood of South Beirut the day before, also claimed by ISIS. The neighborhood known as Adahi in South Beirut, I know it well. It is a center of resistance, of people's resistance. And it has been targeted again and again in sectarian bombings, whose hand leads directly back to the House of Saud in Saudi Arabia, the CIA, and the Pentagon. From the slaughter going on in Syria, to Iraq, to Palestine, to Yemen, the United States state apparatus and its allies in France have promoted, and Britain and Israel and Saudi Arabia have promoted sectarian warfare in West Asia, because the carnage, the constant state of carnage in that region pumps up the profits of U.S. oil companies, of U.S. war makers, and keeps petrodollars flowing into the vaults of Wall Street banks. The hand behind these bombings leads directly to the Pentagon and Langley, Virginia, and they care nothing about people in Syria or Lebanon or Palestine or in Paris or even in New York. They care about their profits. This terror will end when peace comes to the Middle East. And peace will only come to the Middle East when the United States and France and Britain get their planes, their ships, their bombs, their tanks out of that part of the world, when they stop arming the monstrous regime in Saudi Arabia, when they stop arming the monstrous Israeli occupation of Palestine. We stand for all humanity, and it's one war going on against the people of the world, instigated from Washington and Paris, and justice for all the victims. We call for peace, and we call for an end to imperialist war. Thank you.
Justice for the victims of Paris and Lebanon attacks.
Justice!
Justice for the victims of imperialist war and terror.
Justice!
I'd like to call on Charis Banyes from the League of Filipino Students.